Hello, everyone. Bob Cline here. Just taking a minute to tell you good morning, good day, wherever you are. I've been thinking over the last few days about residual income and how few people really understand residual income. And I was thinking, who is it that understands residual income? Well, artists do that produce any kind of work of art. It can be a song or a movie or a painting, and they receive income every time the movie is shown, the song is played. It's called a royalty. Of course, insurance is common. Insurance agents receive residual income when someone renews their policy. But I was thinking, why don't more people understand residual income? And when I went to Google Images and looked for what residual income looked like, I saw a lot of icon-like things, money on trees and things, but really nothing that describes residual income like I know it. And I want you to imagine, recall a story that you may have heard and maybe not. And maybe you heard of someone called Johnny Appleseed. And maybe you never heard of this man, but he wandered around in the Midwest, and everyone thinks that he gave out seeds and he planted apple trees everywhere he went. Well, if you read the story of Johnny Appleseed, which is a true story, he didn't just plant apple trees. And the reason I used the apple tree to talk about residual income is because everyone knows that an apple contains seeds. But most people don't know how many seeds are in an apple. But how many people know how many apples are in a seed? Well, he knew. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he knew exactly the number, but he knew that a seed contained a lot of apples. So everywhere he went, he planted. But what most people don't know is that he didn't just plant trees. And interestingly enough, he didn't plant orchards, which is what I thought. But no, he didn't plant orchards. This is a very, very forward thinker. And he planted nurseries. Nurseries of trees. Nurseries of trees that each nursery, of course, could produce how many orchards and how many apples and how many seeds. What an incredible individual. Now, if you just let your mind go and think about that, when you drive around these days, you see apple trees in people's yards, you see orchards, you see apples in almost every store, 7-Eleven, everywhere. And can you imagine that originally there were no apple trees? It's because of this man and his vision. Now, he wandered around. When I say wandered, he didn't have a home. He was basically a homeless person by choice. This very, very smart man. But he believed that, he didn't need a home. And he would wander around and went from town to town to town. And as he gave out these seeds, he made a deal that he would have part of the nursery. And as it turned out that when he finally did pass away, of course, not owning anything, never owning a house, never, his family inherited, get this, 1,200 acres of nurseries. 1,200 acres from nothing but a handful of seeds. He actually got those seeds because when they make cider, they squish the apples and the seeds are just thrown away. So he took those seeds and created a little empire, all his own, just based on his own belief that he could do it. So I hope this touched you as it touched me. Residual income can start with very, very little and turn into something very substantial. It's all a matter of our vision and our belief. God bless everyone. Have a great, great day and a great weekend.